Alright, time for another draftphysics.com, debatephysics.com also. Video presentation. Alright, SciManDan. Uh, so this is where these moron comments came from. So I was wondering, it was kind of a funny little pack of moron comments. And so, yeah, well, look, you've got to figure the audience for people who want to hear flat earth arguments, like their daily dose of flat earth arguments. Yeah, that's got to be a pretty lame audience. Um, but yeah, I would have expected a little better. I would have expected there'd be a few people who had some sort of literacy in a concept of reasoning and logic, but no. So I expect this will be bad. Now, how bad, I don't know. So there's apparently something about water erosion. He thinks my physics theory has something to do with water or an erosion or something. I don't know. So apparently that's some major theme. So of all my physics videos, apparently he's chosen some really obscure video about who knows what. All right, but yeah, so I mean, it's really not going to be about any of the important subjects. Like wave interference, wave particle duality, or the biggie, 1/2 mv squared. Is he going to talk about the kinetic energy theorem? Yeah, no, probably not. So anyway, so I'm obviously going to get just quote mined and it's some sort of rubbish, but we'll see. I mean, he's going to provoke the interaction, so let's see if all he's doing it for is to badly quote mine some video of mine to make some silly point that somehow I didn't actually say that very well in all my live videos, my unscripted videos. I said something poorly and he'd like to make fun of that. I'm afraid that's all there's going to be here, but let's see. Let's play it and find out. But do you think there's going to be anything about science or physics? Oh, I don't think so.
It's not uncommon for people to take exception with a video of mine and release
Oh, okay. So I haven't made a video response to a SciMan video in like forever. So this is old news.
their own response. Back in the flat earth heyday, it was a very regular occurrence. And whilst these videos have dwindled somewhat, I noticed one recently which hurt my feelings a little bit.
There was a recent video. I don't think so. I mean, once in a while, I do just point out that you've made a living out of mocking either people who are actually psychotic, I mean, sick, mentally ill, or people who are mentally ill in the sense that they're just jerking, civilization on, and they're just looking for, to see if they can push your buttons. But that's it. There's nothing else. There's nobody else you respond to.
Not least because the person in question called me a wet biscuit.
A wet biscuit. I don't know. This is a really old video, I guess, right? So he says recently. This isn't anything recent. It's kind of funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah, this making fun of the British thing now and then is fun. So this whole turd thing, I don't really totally tractor beam on a turd. Okay. So that's guess it's going to be a whatever. 7% of his video is.
Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, SciManDan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of this video.
So it'll be more commercials than it is actual content. So this is what Flat Earth Tuesday did he say? So yeah, this is going to be a Flat Earth video.
Boot.dev. Boot.dev is building the smartest way to master back-end development.
Oh, brother. Yes, by, again, everything's a racket. So sorry, I didn't realize he was doing the video commercials.
And web development from start to finish.
All right, so we jump a little further. So that's 15 now, or 20% of the video fucked by this crap.
To get top spots on global leaderboards. At Boot.dev, they believe that learning to code is not a get.
Alright, so keep going.
back end.
Is there really any point, right? No, there's no point. So he's going to give me this, whatever, this treatment, in this context. Commercial before he even gets to the video.
Developers in 2023 was over $100,000. Of course,
really
not everyone has the paid membership, unlocks interactivity, and
oh,
25%
fuck
off your
this,
first
right? I
month,
mean, who the hell would put up with this shit?
Right, on with today's video, which features a video response on yours truly here from a man calling himself.
So why don't you date the video response? I'm just curious. When the fuck was the last video response? 3 years ago? I gave up on. There's no point in. You're an idiot. I haven't watched any of your videos for over a year. Yeah, you can't do anything. I watched. No, it's not over a year, because I did watch when he did his spectacular failure, where he did one of those things to raise money because he was going to get a lab in an office, and he was going to buy a building and do all this stuff to make these super videos. Yeah. Nobody contributed.
Draft science. Now, draft science likes to try and debunk every single aspect of science.
So that's not true. So again, just lie. So clearly it's physics, and physics is really, really ridiculous. I mean, you can't concede that this is a little bit. They even admit, well, if you understand quantum mechanics, you're an asshole because you can't understand it. I mean, come on, I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I mean, ESP particles, quantum computers. I know we don't need to go through the math process. We don't have to add 1 + 1. We just say, give me the answer, and it goes 4. It doesn't even need to see the equation. We don't even have to ask the question. It just produces answers. I mean, it's amazing.
With his version of woo on a little whiteboard. And today...
Oh, brother. So I haven't been whiteboarding in a while. But anyway. So is he going to get to an actual physics argument I've made? Okay. So no, it's not going to happen.
We're reviewing a video of his, which he titled SciManDan Wet Biscuit Wimp Science. He appears to have an issue with a video I made on Howard George Stirrup.
So I didn't even know what that was. What did he just say? George Stirrup? Okay, so I guess I'll have to go find this video and actually replay it on my channel. Okay, so, just to show that, I didn't do whatever these assholes are saying I did.
Howard was trying to say that heart-shaped stones were actual petrified hearts of long-dead creatures.
So this is so long, old, Obviously, we would both agree that that's ridiculous.
Draft Science is reviewing my commentary, it seems, and you will be staggered at how confident he is regarding his own levels of knowledge.
All right, so he did quote mine. So he takes all my videos and he tries to find something where I made some sort of verbal mistake and said something the wrong way. So let's see how ridiculous his accusation is, that I don't know what water is. Oh, fuck.
Okay, let's do it. Away we go.
So I don't jump cut. I don't, do this shit with my videos. So yes, if I made a mistake, I leave it in. yeah, that's right. Oh, God. So even the logo, look how old this is.
Right, exactly.
So did he talk about my theory of physics? Right, there it is. Did he talk about that? No. Some bullshit. Some useless bullshit.
Physics.com video presentation.
All right, so at least there's that. So I can at least say, all right, so people go to this website, and all it's going to be is physics subjects. And they're all listed there based on a nice contrast between a rational description of reality and Wikipedia's insane description of reality. All right. So that's satisfactory. So, okay, I'll say thank you just for that. So at least you did that. Thank you.
You should debate physics also, but can't find any debaters.
Right, and did any show up at the video, right? I mean, I left a couple of the comments, right? But I mean, I'm just now they're just fucking insult after insult after there's not a physics argument anywhere to be found.
Because, the science defenders are all this variety of coward.
So he said this is, he implied this is a recent video. Okay, look at it. It's what, 5 years ago? Amazing. He did that he played a dead guy's video. Well, a guy who disappeared off the internet and somebody else put his videos back up. So a guy who took his videos down disappeared. And somebody else put his videos up and he responded to the video as if the guy made it yesterday. It's just that, their agenda is that poor.
Biogeology.
All right, so we jumped into this. All right, and so let's see what horrible thing I did. What horrible mistake I made. Ooh, egregious.
The harp-shaped stone phenomenon.
So why did he says the video, he said heart-shaped, I thought, or heart. He thinks these are...
They're harp-shaped. So I'm just talking about the fact that, I thought it was about a heart-shaped stone, and it's harp-shaped. So that was my mistake, right? I heard heart-shaped, okay? I didn't bother reading, I didn't pay much attention, and so, no, they're harp-shaped. Oh, brother. Oh, shoot me for that. Yeah. Oh, funny.
Or human hearts or something. Yeah, when you think you made a huge discovery and then it was something about a human heart. Well, anyway.
That's what he's got me on. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, yes, the whole when SciManDan was talking about, I thought they were talking about heart-shaped, okay, and vaguely look like heart-shaped. I didn't think they were talking about something called a harp shape, but I'm saying harp-shaped is hilarious, right? Because harps have a pretty dull shape. I mean, you can make a harp in all kinds of fancy ways. But anyway, too ridiculous. And what would that even mean? God is making harp-shaped stones. That's even funnier. I mean, heart-shaped, that could be, oh, well, shit, yeah, you need a god to do that. But harps? No, you don't need a god to make harps.
He looks tired of it all already, doesn't he?
Yes, it's pathetic. Why were you watching this video? You're making a response video to somebody who thinks God is forcing fossils to look like harps. And somebody should pay any attention? Yes, it's ridiculous. Of course, I'm saying, what the fuck is this nonsense? This is a subject somewhere on Earth? Oh, yes, just waste my time, please, please, please. Oh, come on. Lead paint. You are a glass of lead paint.
I'm not sure why he's putting himself through this.
When rough rock is broken into small...
It's tedious. I'm just even this tiny bit is tedious.
pieces.
Oh, apparently this is the somehow they think I'm arguing that water doesn't erode a rock. Yeah. So somewhere that's coming up in here somewhere. Somehow that's the implication.
It tends to maintain its original color and detail.
Not if it's in a stream or something. Yeah, that all little bits of the ocean or someplace where it gets moved around.
Well, nothing wrong with that theory. Yeah, so far so good. So far we're all right. All right. Yay. Water bangs things into each other. That's, I said, the ocean, waves, and then the stream movement. Pond, yes, not so much.
And banged into other rocks, then it takes on a whole new shape. Sand.
He's doing my job for me.
Yeah, that was brilliant, right? And that's your job. Your job is ridiculously silly. Okay, so yes, you're explaining to the yellow bus folks, how poo-poo be bad food.
What's going on here?
Whereas smooth stones, pebbles...
So this isn't tedious. This wouldn't be tedious for anybody with any kind of, physics or science education. This wouldn't be like going back to grammar school. We're going to look at, rough-shaped rocks and round rocks. Of course, my brain is shutting off. Oh, amazing.
Appear to be fully intact due to them having a pale skin.
Okay, first off, the common smooth pebble like you're showing here is almost exclusively formed.
Once everything's
Oh, fuck can you get? Yo, that's just so bad. So bad. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. I need money. Ooh, it's two commercials. Ooh. Oh no, he's playing me mocking, I just mocked the commercial. He's playing me mocking the commercial in his video before. Oh, all the wasted neurons.
Is almost exclusively formed.
stop overpaying.
So he had a commercial where he had a commercial. So he put his commercial ended up being in exactly the same place as the 4 year ago commercial. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Anyway.
Commercial.
Okay, that.
This isn't at all distracting. No. No. Doing physics with this kind of crap in it. Nah, that's not a problem.
Was good timing.
That's funny. Okay, I'll pause it. I'll do you the favor. All right, so he just said in the presence of water.
Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to get back to the physics. Of course, it's not going to be anything about physics. It's just going to be, let's, attempt to ridicule a whole subject, because one of the bricks is dirty, kind of nonsense.
Yes. Well, it can't be just in the presence of water. I mean, it can't just sit in a bog and do anything like get all roughed up.
So I just said it can't sit in a bog. So obviously, what does this have to do with erosion? Somebody wrote the comment like, "You don't think water erodes?" I mean, water is a solvent, but frankly, a rock. I mean, the chemistry of the bog would have to be insanely acid or something to erode rock. That's how fossils are made, is they're injecting rock, actually. The water has little minerals in it, and the minerals replace the actual substance of the object that's getting fossilized. Whatever. I just, how could he make this a video? I mean, my whole physics thing on YouTube, and he makes this the subject. I mean, god damn. So, these people are just such jackasses. Sorry. I mean, you just... All right, this is your statement, all right? So, look, when I'm proven right, SciManDan, what is this video going to look like but evasive crap? I'm making real arguments against the physics you're sitting there pretending is better than flat earth physics. Well, explain to me how 1/2 mv squared is better than flat earth physics. Explain how it's well evidenced when it's not evidenced at all.
So sitting in a bog won't do it.
All right, fine. I'm sorry. Running water, not standing water. Happy?
Oh, brother. Yeah, okay, I am happy. It just sort of makes it... Well, like I said, the whole subject is a little bit fluky and stupid, so why are we talking about it anyway? But, I mean, obviously there is chemistry in standing water, so it's a legitimate subject. But obviously it's not the water that erodes sand into sand. It's the sand. It's the rocks hitting the rocks, not the water hitting the rocks. Although the water can do it over like a billion years, right? Stalactites, stalagmites, all right? But yeah, it takes a while.
They are usually found in riverbeds or beaches where the act of water flowing over them over a long period of time, as well as the abrasion.
I mean, you made this stupid video, right? I'm being a fair cop. I'm playing the video, and we're saying, look, let's see if there's any content in this whole video. So my video's got to be what? Probably an hour long, might be more. So I'm fair copping you all over the place. All right, and the fact is there's dead parts of your video. Your video has got crap in it that's like, oh man, this is just... And so I'm making a comment. I don't just play somebody else's video. I add value, fuckface. That's my whole purpose of being in the video, is that I'm supposed to add value.
caused by
There, the abrasion caused by. Yeah, I don't think the water itself could actually abrade a stone very much. I mean, it'd have to be a pretty acid water or something.
Oh, that's the point. That's they actually don't think that's a valid argument that, oh, something could sit, come on, a rock could sit in water for an awful long time before it's going to be in any way. You can't even argue it, right? I mean, you really do need ions in the water. You have to make it acid and base. You have to do something to it to force the issue. You can't just put a rock in water and the water invades the rock and exchanges its chemistry. It can't oxidize it unless it makes the oxygen free.
I'm sure you meant to say acidic water there, but I'm afraid you're incorrect. Water can do that on its own.
Okay, so can is the key word here. Can under what? What bizarre circumstance are you going to claim, okay, that this is something water routinely does, when it clearly water doesn't routinely do this?
Own just fine, my friend.
But whatever.
Okay, so he says it just doesn't fine, my friend. So water molecules, which are semi-stable, are somehow going to just dissolve a rock. It would have to be a rock sensitive to the solvent.
Movement across a riverbed give us that smooth look that we so often see.
Whatever. Oh, so this is worth my time?
Oh, so I already made the point, right? I mean, god damn, this inane mush is what people go, yes, you gotta go watch commercials, do all this other stuff to watch a video this fucking stupid.
No, this is not worth my time.
Then don't watch it, matey.
Yes, it was my mistake. I chose a really stupid video of yours, that's right. I picked a video. I said, okay, let's watch a SciManDan video. And I picked one, and it's happened to be a shitty one. Oh, brother. I thought it was going to be something more interesting, okay? That's what I thought, but it wasn't.
It's not a hard decision to make.
Making any
So he's not conceding. I didn't watch the video ahead of time, and I didn't do any of that stuff. I just picked a video and said, let's see what he's up to. Ugh.
fractures clearly visible, similar to how organs have a skin and a...
So now he's talking about hearts. So it's a harp-shaped rock that's heart-shaped too? I've lost all... I can't follow along.
There is fluid around them.
Yeah, well, that is a real reach. Okay, so this is worth arguing, though. You're going to argue with a guy who thinks these are fossils. He thinks the smooth stones are fossils. Okay, that's pretty stupid.
I disagree. Howard here has published misinformation. It is my job to try and correct that.
So anybody who's going to fall for this misinformation, and who could care? I mean, it's so wacky. Comparing a rock to a heart. Now, who but like a triple Catholic would fall for that, or a quadruple Muslim? I mean, how wacky do you have to be to think that God is leaving little charms in the ground? Okay, so who is this argument going to work on? Oh, God, it's just so bad. You really should have a permit to make your videos, because they really do make me want to blow my brains out. It's just so discouraging that this is what people do with their time that claim to be educated and intelligent on Earth. This is a good project. I'll debunk lunatics. All right, I'm back. I had to get a little nicotine to get through the rest of this. Oh, shit. It's just so depressing.
That's misinformation.
But is it really worth anyone's time to sit there and debunk the guy who thinks...
See, Larry, at least it's under the video, right? Force equals energy equals momentum equals work equals weight equals heat equals... Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Let's argue that, SciManDan. Is it absolute factual fact, okay, that all of these concepts are exactly the same thing? They're all made out of one thing, the movement of electrons and protons, and that's it. There's nothing else to it.
That's misinformation. 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 That's
I mean, except the forces, of course. The forces are pushing the electrons and the protons.
Not soft organs can be fossilized. Come on.
That escalated pretty quickly, didn't it?
To protect them from abrasion.
I mean, really, to sit there and even play any of this is just so, I mean, obviously I'm not terribly interested. I've lost any will to pay attention long ago, and he's going to sit there, and now apparently I'm still going to say something. So I'm going to say something that, oh, no, you can't say that.
There doesn't seem to be any transitional stones between the two categories, which suggest...
Oh, there's no missing links between fossilized harps and fossilized hearts or something. I don't know.
So,
There doesn't seem to be. Why? How hard did you look? The fact that you have a shaped stone is a transitional stone. It's transitioning into a round stone.
Quite amazing that he's digging me out for correcting this guy and then proceeds to go and correct him. The irony is positively delicious, isn't it?
I don't know. Is there really some irony there? I mean, it tends, the stones tend to round off like anything else. I've been to the beaches where they're not round like, spheres, but I just mean they're rounded off. Black River in Canada, wherever it outlets into the ocean, it's all a bunch of round stones on the beach.
Anyway, he starts to get bored, so he turns the speed up by 2 times.
Yes, I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. Shit. Oh, God. Yes, it was one of the most unenjoyable videos I've watched on YouTube the entire time I've been on YouTube. It was so tedious. It was so annoying. It was so obnoxious to every fucking piece of my brain. My brain was vomiting the whole fucking time I was watching that crap of a video you put up. Who the fuck could possibly care about this shit? My brain just kept yelling it. Who the fuck? What kind of moron could watch this fucking video? That's what my brain kept saying.
Alleys, riverbeds, or just buried in mud.
I wonder why. The presence of water, as I just said?
Many of these smooth...
So again, the presence of water, does that really all you need is the presence of water and the stone just falls apart? I don't think so.
So this is the line they're going to get me on? That somehow the ocean is eroding the whole crust of the earth and it's all going to dissolve into a milkshake or something?
I don't think it gets this shaped, by just the presence of water. You freeze it up in the Arctic or something, it's not going to change its shape. I mean, all you need is for them to be tumbled, right?
They need to bang into each other is my simple argument, right? Okay. So there's no real point, right? So he thinks I don't understand that, yes, if you wait 1,000,000 years, the water will dig a hole through a rock. But it takes 1,000,000 years.
So you could argue that a rock that slowly...
And again, what's doing it? What's doing the erosion? It's probably a bunch of little tiny pieces of sand in the water that's doing the actual eroding of the rock. You think the Grand Canyon was dug just from the water? Or was it dug because the water had a bunch of rocks in it?
Falls off the top of a mountain over time, without the help of much water. Would also end up having its shape changed.
So nothing wrong with that argument, right? You don't need water. All you need is rocks tumbling to break rocks and to shape rocks. But whatever. I mean, so these people don't think this is a minutia point. I mean... So, okay, so this is the theory. I can go out right tomorrow. I'll do the experiment, right? We could all wait 1,000,000,000 years, but it'll take 1,000,000,000 years. And I'll go find a big flat rock, and then I'll put a puddle of water on it, and we'll see how long it takes the water to bore a hole through the rock. Oh, damn it. I just can't stand it here.
Okay, but how does a rock slowly fall off a mountain over time? I'm not taking the mickey here, I'm just genuinely curious.
You don't think it could fall at 1 foot, and then next year it falls another foot, and then 5 years later it falls 10 feet, and then 10 years later it falls another 15 feet. You don't think that could happen? Oh, okay. I mean, what do you think the speed of the rock should be? You don't think there's a surface where it's just going to kind of bounce all over the place? It could take quite a while to get to the bottom. But there's no point, right? I mean, all these subjects have nuance to them. You know, you could just talk about the fact that, well, yes, there's a probability it takes the straight line, and then there's a probability for this, path.
The same exact pattern can be found in stones of all sizes, with multiple matching features.
And I'm sure I could find a bunch of stones that resembled a big toe. Does that mean they used to be big toe?
Well, you should say something funnier, like,
Now our friends suggest...
Yeah, you should have. It would have been a much better video if you said something funnier. Oh, damn. So he cuts out the funniest part of the video, probably. That's his style. I'll keep in the boring, cruddy parts, and I'll cut out all them funny stuff parts.
Something a little rude here. Let's move on.
So I win again. So at least I was knowing that, well, the audience needs something. I mean, this is such dry material. Yes. I mean, give the audience a little water. It's just hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, the ironies are just so... I mean, I don't know how it's just too bad you can't see irony, because it's just thick. This environment is so thick with just all this irony. Irony. We're just swimming in preposterously silly irony.
Nothing compared to what is about to come out of Howard's mouth next.
So Howard is going to say something, and I'm like, oh, it's a commercial again. Oh, shit.
Okay.
So I had to get through the commercial. See how nice I am? I jumped through them. I didn't even say anything about that one.
So he said, be prepared, and now this guy said, geodes like
be petrified testicles.
Whoa. Yeah, he's funny too. So at least the rock guy is trying to be funny. Petrified testicles. So God has left his testicles behind. Oh, it's just so funny.
Sentence. Sink in for a minute.
Why? Why should I let it sink in? The guy's obviously not even trying to take any of this seriously.
Yeah, so this is the joke, right? I mean, this is obviously let's goof video, right, by one of these anonymous characters or something, these people who just want to troll civilization. They want to see if they could make it all fall down by just trolling it, poking it a little. You're ugly, you're stupid, you're silly. See if they can knock the whole bridge down, and you're letting them.
Seriously. I mean, who do you think he's going to sell this idea to? All right, he's just goofing on you more than he's doing anything else.
All right, so I can't believe he left this argument in the video. And so his audience is so stupid they can't realize that, yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's paying attention to attention whores and just giving them all kinds of attention, and he's wasting all of our time because it's not a real argument. It's not a real subject. Fossilized testicles. This isn't a real subject. Nobody on Earth should be talking about fossilized testicles. This is not a real subject. There's real stuff to talk about, and here he is wasting your brain talking about whether or not testicles can be fossilized.
Who else would care about this wacky video? Who could think, I'm going to persuade a bunch of people with my geotesticle theory? I don't think so.
Oh, I just can't believe this is... So I would have loved if he actually talked about physics here. He's not going to do that. But at least he played me making the reasonable point that, gee, SciManDan, your title of your videos is wrong. You should never talk about you being anything to do with science. You just couldn't give a shit. You're showman jerk. That's what you are, okay? Showman jerk. So change your screen name to Showman Jerk, because that's all you're doing. You're just putting on a stupid, moronic show. You're not doing anything productive at all. This is just horse shit, and you suck.
I think you'd be quite surprised on that one, matey. There we go. I don't even know what to say to that.
Mike Wilkerson from the YouTube channel Stallium7 theorizes that fatty tissue may transmutate into a crystalline material. He has also collected a potential...
So I'm actually sitting here dying. I'm just slowly feeling my brain cells all just shriveling up, okay, and dying.
half lobe of a petrified brain. As we can see,
it looks just like his.
Yeah, it just, you know, I'm again, I didn't script my video, jackass. Your videos are scripted bad jokes.
That is a good one, Draft Science. Damn it, why didn't I think of that one?
Oh, because you were too busy thinking about what will be the next fun commercial. The watchmaker. The watchmaker that makes clocks, not watches. Yeah, they call him the watchmaker, but it just makes clocks instead. Yeah. Fuck. All right, so we are jump cut back. So you didn't miss anything. We're just all of a sudden in a completely different place.
to cover up evidence of giants and dragons.
That makes no logical sense. There is evidence for dinosaurs and there is no evidence for dragons. And where are these fossils for the giants that used to exist?
Causing us to ignore the mountains of evidence that can be observed worldwide.
Oh, you mean evidence that Roger from Mud Fossil University shares?
Oh, brother, so why is he playing the part where I'm not saying anything? I thought the video was about me.
I take it from his silence that he approved of that statement. I'm winning now.
No, yeah, so what? That's right, this is like, we're going to have an argument about something called the mud fossils, and we're these religious kooks and Noah's Ark next. I mean, yeah, I'm not really interested. That's right. I've already left the building because this isn't about science or anything reasonable. It's just you mocking a religious kook.
Oh, anyway, he finishes watching my video and then he gets his little whiteboard out. Get ready, everyone.
Alright,
So we don't have the context of why I'm bothering.
their science, their religion for 300 years has basically been saying...
Oh, here we go. So, damn it, you're right. So good. The argument's here, so we'll see him produce the great counter-argument. But we're going to see the evidence that mv squared, 1/2 mv squared, has some sort of rational connection to something in the real universe.
F mv squared is science. Okay, that's the truth. 300 years. Now, so for 300 years...
So it would be nice if he played the more recent arguments, but no. So maybe that's, but whatever, it's okay. It's at least I threw it in. So I guess at least I was saying, well, okay, I wasted your time by playing that SciManDan video, but let's talk about physics.
They're saying that to go twice as fast, okay, if you want to move...
So sometimes I don't say something exactly the way I should, so yes, this looks like I'm going to make a mistake, and he's going to take advantage of that. Okay.
Something twice as fast, the same car, the same mass. You have to use 4 times the energy, 4 times the wattage of energy, 4 times the horsepower, 4 times whatever you're pushing with. You have to use 4 times the amount to go from 30 to 60, let's say, okay, to double anything's velocity.
Yes, that's all fine. Don't see an issue there.
Okay, he doesn't see an issue, even though there's no evidence of it. Okay, so, but no issue. Continue. Takes 25 times the fuel to go 5 times as fast. No issue. Yep, I notice it all the time. My car sucks it up.
Thing is, he weirdly goes on to have a pop at Leibniz, who he incorrectly credits as being the person who came up with that equation.
No, I never said Leibniz put the 1/2 in front of it, so that's a lie. Obviously, Leibniz was the one who confronted the scientific community with that specific argument, and it was argued because he defended it. He attacked Newton as a threat to civilization, as an evil atheist, because Newton was defending, momentum.
Anyway, so he's the originator of this mv squared nonsense.
Nonsense? MV squared nonsense? It's not nonsense.
Okay, let's see it. Okay, show us the evidence.
All comes from the fact that,
Oh, I'm just dying of anticipation. You know, what's this evidence going to be?
yes, in gravity, if you want to double the velocity, you have to actually go 4 times higher to double the velocity. But that's all you're doing. You're just doubling the velocity, okay? So understand, that's all you're going to get out of.
I can't believe he played this argument, and none of these trolly morons has anything on this subject. There wasn't any, nothing.
Of it. It's only going to be twice the time, okay? It's only twice the velocity. So why do you think there's 4 times the energy? If gravity could be understood as a force.
Just amazing. So we're not going to get any evidence. He's just saying I'm wrong. So there's so little time left, right? We know there's probably another commercial in here. So there's not going to be any counter argument or evidence. They're just going to say, gee, how could you believe that? That's like believing in fossilized testicles. So to think gravity's a time-dependent force is the same as believing in fossilized testicles.
Okay, that affects you by time, and
Nope, I'm out. Can't carry on with this one. This man thinks that all of traditional science is wrong and...
Okay, he has no evidence. He's presenting no evidence, and he's just laughing at the idea. So he doesn't even think it needs to have evidence. You don't need to have evidence. You don't have to prove you're right. You don't have to show us any geology. You don't have to show us a weather map. You don't have to show us the Earth curved in a... You don't have to show me anything. You could just say I'm wrong. Oh, okay. That's priceless, fucker. Pricelessly stupid.
That he knows better. I can't sit here and listen to that. So I'll say those immortal words that we are done and debunked for another video.
Okay, so he thinks he debunked me somehow. He plays the argument and provides no reasoning, no logic that anything I'm saying in that video is incorrect. It's 9.8 meters per 1 fucking second. It's not 9.8 meters per 1 fucking meter. It's not a distance. It's not a distance-dependent force. It's a time-dependent force. You're in the force 2 units of time. You can only have 2 units of force. Duh. Oh, I can't believe he did that. And these people aren't dragging him into the ground. I mean, he does have almost 1,000 comments, so maybe some people are saying something reasonable like, why the fuck did you not provide a counter argument? You didn't debunk anything. You didn't make a counter argument. You didn't show a piece of counter theory. You didn't show a piece of fucking evidence. You showed no evidence that there's any indication that it takes any quadratic amount of force to move something. It does not take a quadratic amount of force to move something. Quadratically increasing. Oh, you people are just such pieces of crap. But anyway, I'll endeavor to persevere. So look, I couldn't ask for better than that. At least the last few seconds of the video were worth it. Okay, so at least the argument was made. This audience heard that argument. So 70,000 viewers saw that argument. And where did they counter it? Where did they show or provide a single solitary piece of evidence indicating that gravity actually is time distance dependent? That it doesn't, it doesn't matter. I go past the gravitational body really fast. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's just the distance. I get the same amount of push no matter how fast I go through the gravity, right? And that goes for going into gravity and going out of gravity. I don't get a huge efficiency break by moving very quickly through the gravity. So if I lift off from the Earth really slowly, I'll use exactly the same amount of energy fighting the gravity as if I went really fast. I mean, this is flat earth stupid, okay? And he didn't come up with a single solitary piece of evidence. So just like a flat earther, just like a lunatic, okay? And he's not supposed to be a lunatic, right? He's not supposed to be crazy. We know the flat earthers are crazy or liars. He's not supposed to be either one of those. So why didn't he put up any evidence? At least the flat earthers put up like distorted images or some other kind of fake evidence. You didn't put up any evidence. Oh, fuck you. I mean, it's just such a piece of crap. All right, but can't complain. The argument was made until he cut it off, of course, and that's what they did. Nothing. There's nothing. So this was one of his huge debunks, that somehow he just debunked me in some way. Even the water argument, I didn't say it that badly. So, I mean, what did he debunk here? He just said, no, no, That's it. That's his debunk. Oh, fuck. I mean, that's sort of priceless. All right, well, yeah. There'll probably be follow-up to this, so I will leave it there. And I guess I'll make a video, more proper response video, I don't know, saying, going through all the subjects this guy is evading. All the good physics arguments to be made that haven't been resolved. That, you have no theory of charge. I'm just letting you know, your scientists have no theory. I have a simulation that does it perfectly. Mimics it perfectly. Will you watch it and then critique it? Can I get you to debunk the simulation as not being good science? Can I? Play the simulation and show how it's crap. Oh, that would be really interesting. Show how it doesn't perfectly illustrate the strong force. Okay, well, anyway. Let's just say, okay, we did the video, blah, blah, blah. I'll toddle off and we'll see where this goes. It should go somewhere as a fair cop thing, right? He's made his little mocking video. Now I should be able to respond to the mockery and say, where's your evidence? So if you're going to mock me, shouldn't you show at least one piece of evidence of mv squared being collected? Like maybe you could show a ballistic pendulum. Right? Because that's really a good piece of evidence for your side, right? I mean, 2000 joules goes in, the pendulum collects 2, and 2000 goes in, the pendulum collects 2, and the rest of it is what? Where's the rest of it? Where did you measure it? Where did you? Oh, that's right, you didn't. So kinetic energy is so vital, and yet you can't collect it. Ever. Without making free momentum, of course. See, if you actually collected the energy that the bullet's supposed to have, then you'd have to make free momentum. Yeah. It's so, again, the irony. It's like California gold. Oh, wonderful aroma. The irony. All right, anyway. So, till the next time. And such. I can't take it anymore. All right, till the next time. I'm done. I'll go.